All right, let's get back to it. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. We did a game earlier today. Steve Tate also posted a new video. There's Robbie. Steve Tate also posted a photo assignment tutorial. Robbie, I hope you saw the third tutorial I've done as far as baseball for Windows and why you do not need the encyclopedia to create leagues like Shanks or whatever. Once you bring all the seasons in, do those from the encyclopedia. All you have to do is just uh, basically do what you do the imports, and then just import seasons. And from League Manager in 5.75, you can create any league you can imagine, team level, player level. So I put a thing in Discord for you, and that tutorial's up. That's the third one I've done, so hopefully that will help you. You can use the encyclopedia basically for just, as your own little kind of 1977 back to 1871 baseball reference if you want. You do not need to do team renaming or anything like that in the encyclopedia. Please refer to that. Okay. So, well, sorry you've been put through the ringer, buddy. I know what it's like. I work a punishing 40 plus hour schedule every week. So, but anyhow, check that. So I think that's probably the one little thing you're misunderstanding about baseball for Windows, and I'm saying that kindly. So do check that out. You don't have to do that stuff in the encyclopedia. It's going to take you a few days to do it. Just bring in every baseball season and migrate it into 5.75. And when you look at that video, it will show you everything you need to know to work at the player level, team level, whatever. And then you never need to use the encyclopedia again, unless you get a new PC or whatever. But for creating seasons, draft leagues, whatever, you do not need the encyclopedia. All right. So anyhow, the latest version of Howie Shanks is up. That's going to be done in Action PC Baseball. Once we get a little bit into that, I'll start creating the season Out of the Park 24 as well for those that might want it, minus Steve's pictures. We're not going to use those. But really exciting to see how it will play out with Out of the Park 24 and the official league, of course, in Action PC. So continuing to have fun with the All Times League, but I should mention first because a lot of people have been asking um, what I think of MLB The Show. So I bought a PS5 yesterday. Today I bought MLB The Show 22 and MLB The Show 23. The reason I bought 22 is I've been told that a lot of the all-time rosters and things I'm looking for, there's going to be more of those on 22. And I mean, that game looks amazing. I'll try 23 down the road once more of those mods come up. But oh my God, 22 is beautiful. Um, I found, and it probably wasn't even the best roster I could find yet, but it's crazy in the vault. There's like almost 20,000 files on there to download. So I just picked an all-time greats league and started out, and I have a game saved in progress. And I'm watching this version of the all-time Pirates versus Cardinals, and holy shit, it looks like you're watching and interacting with an actual baseball game. Um, it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Um, wow, I'm blown away. So, an embarrassment of riches between these awesome text-based sims that we have Out of the Park and Action PC, Digital Diamond, Baseball for Windows, what have you, and then something like MLB The Show. I'm in baseball heaven and loving it. So, well, yeah, I mean, I understand that avoiding doppelgangers, but you don't have to do that. Again, just watch the video. And what I'd say, Robbie, is you can make your own type of Howie Shanks League, make it what you want it to be. It's simple for players after 1997. Just, again, set a random number generator and, for yourself. And then, say, it rolls, just set it from 1880 to 1997. For players that you cannot do in Baseball for Windows unless you buy the seasons. And then just put other players in. It'll still be fun. You may get outliers, you may not. Again, 1880 to 1997, it gives you, that's a ton of baseball seasons to play with. So it won't be the exact Howie Shanks League, but it'll be the Howie Shanks League Robbie version, I suppose. But yeah, now the park baseball. Actually, as I mentioned before, and we're taking a couple of minutes to get into the game. We really didn't need to do this in Action PC or in Action PC baseball, and I'm glad we are, which is really good. It's slightly easier as I look over how to import players in out of the park baseball. It's basically, hey, there's PQ Ripper. It's basically just copying and pasting into a text file and bringing them right in as a bulk import. So that will happen in this game too. But I think more people out there probably own Action PC than own Out of the Park. We're getting a lot of nice comments. Ah, man, hey, how about No Man's Sky? No Man's Sky is such an awesome game, and the new update, Interceptor, is crazy. What I'd suggest, PQ, is if you're just starting on it, don't play in creative mode because you can't die in it, and it's really, what's the point? But if you're new to the game, you could play in relaxed mode. I think it's called relaxed mode. There is some danger to it, but basically, you have most of everything you need, and just explore the big, beautiful universe. I've been playing it since 2016, and that game, from what it started out as, which was fun, has now become something absolutely incredible. So, welcome to the No Man's Sky universe. Yeah, creative. Uh, Basically is just you can build things. You can't die. What's the point? At least in relax, you can kit out your starship, get into some space battles, um, ground battles, things like that. So do play it and relaxed. It's really fun. You'll have tons of nanites to start out with, and all that kind of stuff. It's creative mode, but you can kill and be killed, and it's a huge amount of fun. Yep, 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 yep. You know what? On my new channel, PQ, I'm gonna be doing some No Man's Sky once I start the new channel. So maybe, maybe we'll have fun with that. And who knows? Maybe you and I can play some multiplayer. I think that'd be fun. We can play multiplayer No Man's Sky. I think one of the first games, though, I'm gonna be premiering on the new channel comes out tomorrow, Age of Wonders 4. But anyhow, that is as that. And there's John DFW congratulating Robbie on his Rangers. Rangers got a win today. The Pirates got a loss, but yesterday the Pirates took two from the Nats in a doubleheader, and that second was a slaughter. I think we killed them 16-1 or something like that. So I'm feeling really good about the Pirates this year. So, all right. Yep, the other channel, PQ River, is going to be music, gaming, all kinds of other stuff. You might see one baseball game on there every once in a while, but not this type of baseball game. It'd probably be more like an MLB The Show while we're chatting, or Super Mega Baseball 3. But other than that, there's not going to be any baseball on the other channel. The only thing that's stopping me from the other channel is I haven't picked a name for it. I already have a Big Clue has volunteered to be a moderator, because this one I'm going to do some controversial stuff on it too. Along with music, there's going to be art, so I think that will be one you'll like too. But for this new channel, this isn't going to be one where I'm going to be just handing out wrenches. I need mods that are going to be active and can knock people out, because we're going to also do forbidden subjects like politics and religion and stuff like that. So I'll let you guys know when it's ready to go. I just haven't thought of a name of it yet for it. Anyhow, let's get back to baseball. Let's get back to baseball, because that's why we're all hanging out, and I have no work tomorrow, so I can have some fun. So I'm going through this really, really slowly. This isn't really a project so much as it is just something to have fun, and it just feels so good to be back playing out of the park baseball. Last year's edition was just, I didn't like it, and this one is just brilliant. So I think tonight we're going to revisit again the Giants and Dodgers, because, well, it's Carl Hubble and Don Sutton. So I think we're going to do that. So let's act as the Giants and let's head out to LA. And you remember in out of the park baseball, by setting in commissioner mode, you can act as whoever you want, and then you can just manage any team. And there's cousin Ken Castro. Cousin, had I known you were coming on, I would have done a KCCL game instead. But we're gonna wait on you, man. We're gonna wait on you because it's important. All right, let's get out to it. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Appreciate it. Roll up a game while you're listening, or what have you. All right, for the visiting San Francisco Giants, and these two teams have been tangling up really, really nicely. Robbie Thompson will lead it off at second base, batting second in right field. Hall of Famer, great player, Mel Ott, who doesn't get enough love in baseball discussions. Batting third in center field, none other than the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. Batting in the cleanup position, left fielder Barry Bonds. Batting fifth, first baseman Stretch McCovey. Batting sixth and catching, Buster Posey. Batting seventh at third base, Roger Bresnahan, the Duke of Tralee. Batting eighth, Hall of Fame shortstop Travis Jackson. And taking the hill batting ninth, an absolute beast of a pitcher, Carl Hubble. For the hometown Los Angeles / Brooklyn Dodgers, leading off at second base, Jackie Robinson. Batting second, in left field, Matt Kemp. Batting third, first baseman Steve Garvey. In the cleanup spot, in center field, the Duke of Flatbush, Carl Furillo. Batting fifth in right field, the Reading Rifle, Duke Snyder. Batting fourth, batting fifth in right field, the Reading Rifle, Carl Furillo. Batting sixth, hot corner of the Penguin, Ron Say. Batting seventh is shortstop Bill Russell. Batting eighth and catching Mike Scioscia. And pitching and batting ninth, Don Sutton. So there we go. Yeah, just like I was happy that we took our series from the Dodgers. So really, really good. So happy for your Rangers, Robbie. I'm really happy for my Bucks. Geez, we have the second best record in baseball and the best record in the National League. So fired up young team. Love it. Let's go to Chavez Ravine, guys. And I was just doing that MLB The Show, and it's beautiful. I mean, but looking at this game, this doesn't look any worse for wear after looking at that. This is still a beautiful game and just so much fun. All right, Robbie Thompson steps in. Let's check game time temperature in Los Angeles, the city of the Angels. We have some rain. It's 52 degrees. We'll see whether we can get a full game in or not here. Robbie Thompson hitting 200 with 2 runs batted in and a home run. And ready to go. Another great rivalry here in baseball, the Dodgers and the Giants. Don Sutton getting ready to work as we do our pan around here at the third oldest ballpark in the major leagues. And there it is. We did a game at Kauffman Stadium, which I believe is the 4th oldest park in the majors, earlier today. And here's the pitch. And that one in there. This one on the outside corner, Don Sutton hangs up a K to retire Robbie Thompson. Here's Mel Ott. Mel Ott off to a torrid start. 480 average, 8 runs batted in, 4 home runs for Master Melvin, who had, again, that. I don't know if there's any footage of it. I know there's pictures of Ott's batting stance. 500 and I believe 11 career home runs. All right, the lefty stands in against Don Sutton, who has the sign from Mike Scioscia. Sutton winds and deals the 2-1 to Mel Ott, and Mel Ott spanks this one to right field, base hit. So the Giants with a runner aboard. And here's Willie Mays, waiting for Willie Mays to get started up in the young season, hitting just 125. Mel Ott will choose his spots to steal bases. Good lead off first. Sutton with a check of the runner. Peers in, has the sign from Mike Scioscia. Here's the wide and the pitch to Willie Mays. Mays cuts on this one. Fly ball to right. Ranging over to his right and making a nice trotted catch is the Reading rifle, Carl Furillo. So he and Duke Snyder converging, but Furillo taking charge out there in right. So 2 down. Ott remains at first for Barry Bonds. Bonds hitting .318. He's got 2 ribbies, including a home run. Sutton fires it into the all-time home run king. And Bonds gets a knee buckler, called strike 3. Side retired, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Giants leave 1. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Giants nothing, and the Dodgers coming to bats. Yep, anyone who whoops the Yankees, I said that earlier today too. I'm not a Rangers fan, but I'm happy to see them beating the Yankees. Don't hate the Rangers, I'm just not a fan. They're way too far away to be a fan. All right, though. Yeah, exactly. Same here, Robbie. I'm just enjoying the ride as long as it lasts, my friend. All right, Jackie Robinson will lead it off here against the great Carl Hubbell. Hubbell in the season thus far has just worked 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 2.57 earned average, but no record in terms of wins and losses. Jackie hitting .241 with 3 runs batted in. Carl Hubbell, of course, that great 1934 feat in the All-Star game. You guys have heard me talk about it so many times. I'm not going to repeat it. All right, here's the 0-1 delivery from the great lefty to possibly the bravest man in baseball, Jackie Robinson. And Robinson lines this one to center. And right there is Willie Mays. So Jackie Robinson with a line out, and that's 1 down for Matt Kemp. Kemp hitting .235, 4 ribbies, a home run. Carl Hubbell has the target from Buster Posey. Here's the wind and the delivery to Kemp. Kemp, first pitch swinging, grounds this one deep to third. Taking his time with the ball is Roger Bresnahan, but a strong throw to McCovey for the 2nd out. Steve Garvey, nothing for 4. Hubbell sets and fires the 0-1 to Garvey. Garvey cuts on this one, high fly ball to left, back at the track, looking up, and goodbye, Mr. Spalding. Bonds watches it rock out of the park, and Steve Garvey goes downtown. And the Dodgers jump out to a 1-0 lead here in the first. This one 435 feet. Garvey got all of that baseball. Let's have another look here. And this one just absolutely, I think this ball, as Ernie Harwell would say, had a stewardess. Touch them all, Mr. Garvey. Good power of both teams here. So Duke Snyder hitting .308, 4 runs batted in and a home run. One of the premier center fielders of his day. Hubbell deals to Snyder, the 1-1. Snyder swings on this one. This one sent high to center, back toward the track, and this one bouncing off the wall. It looks like no. Willie Mays has it. Nice grab there. Looked like that one was going to hit the wall, but the Dodgers get the solo homer from Steve Garvey and jump out to a 1-0 lead as we go to the top of the 2nd. Let's look at the defense for the Dodgers and then for the Giants when we get to the bottom of the inning. So from left to right in the outfield, Matt Kemp, Duke Snyder, Carl Furillo. From first to third, around the horn, Steve Garvey, Jackie Robinson, Bill Russell, and Ron Say. Catching Mike Scioscia and pitching Don Sutton. So nice to have folks in here tonight. I have PQ River asking if Jeff Burrows is still with the Texas Rangers. Interestingly, nobody picked up, speaking of the Rangers, nobody picked Nolan Ryan in the upcoming Howie Shanks League. Steve has posted a new file, guys, so I know I'm going to be doing some play testing tomorrow, probably do a game on the channel, exhibition. Get your manager file set up, download the ballparks, get set. We're a week away from the start of Howie Shanks 2-0. All right, Stretch with 5 runs batted in, a home run, hitting .381. Great start to the season here for McCovey, as Don Sutton has the sign from Mike Scioscia. Here is the 1-0 coming up to McCovey, the lefty. And McCovey sends this one to the gap into left, ranging hard to his right and making a fine running catch is the Duke of Flatbush. So Snyder making a nice play. So one away here, top of the second for Buster Posey. The Giants catcher with 7 runs batted in. He has a home run, hitting .333. Sutton with 2 strikeouts and a walk. 3-1 to Posey on its way. Posey with a swing, weak little dribbler to short. Travis Jackson has it, or I'm sorry, Bill Russell has it. And the throw to first, 2 up, 2 down. Getting my sides mixed up here, and here's Roger Bresnahan, the Duke of Trey Lee, hitting .200, a run batted in. 1-0 Dodger lead. Sutton with a 3-0 delivery. And Bresnahan lays off that one, ball 4, fastball missing, just outside. So the Giants with the tying run aboard for Travis Jackson, nicknamed Stonewall, hitting just .158, 3 for 19. Bresnahan decent speed at first. Sutton delivers the 1-0. And Jackson bloops this one, and this little Texas leaguer is not going to be a Texas leaguer. Duke Snyder makes the full body slide and catches Mr. Spalding in the glove. So San Francisco manages a walk. They strand one, and we go to the bottom of the second. And it's the Dodgers 1, the Giants nothing. I want to look at that play one more time by Duke Snyder. One of the great center fielders of his day, and what a catch. Again, to quote Mr. Harwell, a little snow cone in his glove. Looking at this starting defense for the Giants, the outfield from left to right, Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, and Mel Ott. On the infield from first to third, Willie McCovey, Robbie Thompson. I'm sorry, there is a Bobby Thompson, but we have Robbie Thompson here. Travis Jackson, Roger Bresnahan, Buster Posey catching, and Carl Hubble pitching. Hubble has yet to strike out or walk a batter. Carl Furillo to lead it off here. Furillo just 1 for 1 in the season. I believe in the last Dodgers-Giants game, we didn't see Furillo starting. Hubble deals the lefty. Furillo swings, and this one to Travis Jackson, and Jackson to McCovey on the 5-3 putout, or 6-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down. Yeah, Kiki Rivers says he already has 2 strikeout artists who can't win games. I'm looking for one more pitcher, but a good pitcher, but there's no way, because people will want either Ruth or Fox, and neither of those guys are on the trading block. Watched a game that MV did today, my Mudville 9 playing Robbie's Arlington Sharks, and we won that quite well. Babe Ruth had a great day. Pop Lloyd is doing it up, so I might just stay with what I have. I'd like to get another starting pitcher, but I think the guys in this league would be asking too much. I know D. Scott is offering Juan Marichal, but because he was already eyeing up Mantle on somebody else's team. So, and you know, I've got like 4 legitimate power hitters on there. So, and I don't want any of them to go. All right, here is the Penguin. He's hitting .263 with a run batted in. Carl Hubble has the sign from Buster Posey. Full count to Ron Say. This one missing inside by Hubble. So Say working Hubble. Seeing it pretty well and lays off. That pitch was really close. So Say aboard And that's the first free pass issued by Carl Hubble as Bill Russell steps in. Bill Russell at short, hitting .273. He's got a solo homer. 6 for 22. The Penguin not very fast at first. Carl Hubble nonetheless with a check of the runner. The leg kick and a payoff pitch to Bill Russell. Russell holds up. The Giants appeal down to first and they say he did not go around. So back-to-back walks issued by Carl Hubble. Carl Hubble, a master of the screwball. And as Steve Tate is so often pointed out, look at Carl Hubble and Lefty Grove in the 1930s. And you look at their ERA plus, and they're rivaling some of the great dead ball pitchers. All right, here's catcher Mike Scioscia batting the 8th slot. Don Sutton waits on deck. No DH here in the National League. Scioscia just 1 for 7. Hubble looking for the double play from Scioscia. Here's the wind and the delivery. This is not going to be a double play. This one line to left, and Barry Bonds getting in his sights, and that is a big out, number 2. Don Sutton making his first plate appearance in his first start of the year. Hubble rubs up the ball. Here's the 2-2. And that one, strike 3 on the outside corner. So the Dodgers get 2 base runners, but they do nothing with them. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's still the Dodgers 1 and the Giants nothing. PQ Rivers says he's going to try a 3-man rotation. And when you're in 10th place, you can mess around. No, your team doesn't suck at all, Robbie. You picked a very good team. And remember, this is exhibition. We're tweaking everything, and I haven't even touched my team yet. So, no, come on. It's spring training, man. It's spring training. All right, it'll be Carl Hubble, Robbie Thompson, and Mel Ott due up for the Giants here in the top of the 3rd. Rain continuing to fall here at Chavez Ravine. As Don Sutton with 2 strikeouts and a walk deals to his mound opponent, Carl Hubble. Little grounder to Bill Russell at short. Russell up with it and over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out as Garvey takes the high throw from Russell. Robbie Thompson, 0 for 1 in the game, digs in on the right-hand side. Don Sutton sets and fires the 1-2. Robbie Thompson swings and misses. And that is 2 away. Nice pitch by Sutton. Throwing a bit of a screwball action type pitch there as well. So 3 strikeouts for Sutton. And here's Mel Ott. Mel Ott 1 for 1. So the lone Giants hit coming from the right fielder. Sutton deals the 1-1 to Master Melvin. And Ott swings. This one a little flare out to right field that's going to hang up and end up in the glove of the Reading rifle. So the Dodgers face the minimum, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it's 1-0. Yep, same here, PQ River. I am just having fun. Just having fun with our Howie Shanks League. And you know, even in the McGreevy League, we got, it was really a lot of fun and a lot of class down at the end, and boy, you couldn't have scripted a better ending to a season than the way that thing came to a close with 3 teams vying for that coveted 2nd place, and at the end, just congratulations all around. And I'm hoping that version 2.0 of the Howie Shanks League will be even better. All right, Jackie Robinson, we're back at the top of the order for the Dodgers. Jackie 0 for 1. Carl Hubble with a strikeout, 2 walks, the leg kick, and the 3-2 delivery to Jackie. Jackie swings on that 3-2 pitch, charging down the line at first, but Bresnahan with a nice pick and grab fires it on to Willie McCovey at first. 1 up, 1 down for Matt Kemp. So each team with just 1 hit as Carl Hubble sets and fires the 2-1 coming to Kemp. Kemp swings this one, a hard ground ball to 3rd. But once again, the Duke of Trey Lee doing what he does best, making the long throw across the diamond for the 5-3 putout to retire Kemp for out number 2. Steve Garvey responsible for the lone Dodger run. That was that solo shot back in the first. Hubble looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The southpaw deals the 1-2 to Garvey. Garvey swings and swings right through it. So the screwball by Hubble taking care of Garvey in the side, and the Giants face the minimum. We go to the top of inning number 4, and it's the Dodgers 1, the Giants nothing. Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, and Willie McCovey, the heart of the order coming up for the Baysiders. PQ Rivers says he caught the end of McGreevy, says it inspired him, and we're so glad it did. McGreevy, of course, was a league that Ken Castro and I had been kind of thinking about how are we going to, you know, bring in some dead ball in 19th century, and Ken and I came up with the Ned McGreevy thing, and we were joking, again, I said this many times, we were joking that we would just be probably Ken and I watching, occasionally with Robbie or occasionally with Clinton, but it was amazing how well received the project was. So again, on behalf of Ken Castro and myself and all the managers in the Ned McGreevy League, thank you to the YouTube sports gaming community for embracing a very niche project. The Howie Shanks League is very, very unique, but at least people will get to see a lot more players they'll recognize. All right, here's the Say Hey Kid to face Don Sutton. Sutton has fan 3, walked 1. Waiting on deck, Barry Bonds. Don Sutton with the wind in the delivery to Mays. Mays swings. This one a bloop to left and shallow left, and coming in quickly and making a nice catch is Matt Kemp calling off Duke Snyder. So excellent outfield here for the Dodgers. 1 away. Barry Bonds trying to solve Sutton here in the top of the 4th. Sutton deals the 1-1 to Barry. Bonds swings and tags this one. Long fly ball to right. And this one is out of here. Carl Furillo just watching it sail out. So Bonds ties it here in the top of the 4th inning. Your score now 1-1. This one 406 feet. And we'll have a nice little look at that one again. Exit velocity on this pitch, 103.8 miles per hour. And Bonds tags it. Goodbye, Mr. Spalding. This one 3 rows back. All right, here's Stretch McCovey. Righty Don Sutton shaking off Sosha, has one he likes now. Here's the 1-2 pitch to McCovey. And McCovey, oh, this one a tough pitch. Nice curveball, just painting the inside corner. So Don Sutton hangs up his 4th K, and here's Buster Posey. Sutton making some fine pitches here. Pinpoint control, really. Full count, though. And just as we say that, he issues the walk. So this one just low ball 4. Sutton wanting that call, but just missing. Duke of Trey Lee now. Posey no speed at first. Sutton with the 0-2. Bresnahan looks at a called strike 3. This one in the outside corner. So Don Sutton doing some nice trim paint work, if you will. But the Giants, 1 run on the Barry Bonds homer, no errors, and your score is 1-1. Duke of Flatbush will lead it off, the number 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Dodgers. Carl Hubble has struck out 2 and walked 2. Southpaw deals 2-1 to Snyder. Flight out his last time up to deep center, and this one, a little seeing eye single up the middle for a base hit. So Snyder picks up 2nd Dodger hit of the game, and he is aboard for Carl Furillo. Snyder, decent speed at first. The Reading rifle waits for the Hubble delivery. Here's the 0-2. Big cut and a miss, and Furillo goes down on strikes. That's Hubble's third, and we have one away. Snyder remains at first for Ron Say. Hubble peering in, twirling the ball behind his back, comes to set position and fires the 1-1. Ron Say sends this out to right field, and making a nice play on it is Melon. It's 2 away for shortstop Bill Russell. Bill Russell hitting .273 this season. Hubble deals. Strike 3. Russell looks at a called strike 3 in the outside corner. So LA, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1. And we go to the top of the 5th. The Dodgers and the Giants are tied. Travis Jackson, Carl Hubble, and Robbie Thompson to bat for the Giants here in the 5th. Sutton ready to deal the 2-1. Jackson cut on this one, and having to range back a bit is Furillo. Nice catch there by Furillo. The ball looked like it was starting to tail away from him again. Rain continues to fall here, and we do have a wind out to right at 8 miles per hour. So Furillo angling for that ball and reeling it in. Carl Hubble now. Sosha sets the target for Don Sutton, who delivers the 2-2 to Hubble. Hubble, big swing and a miss. So that 6 strikeouts for Don Sutton. And we come back to the top of the order for San Francisco. And Robbie Thompson, second baseman, nothing for 2 against Sutton, the 0-2. And Thompson, weak little grounded to short, routine 6-3 foot out. And that does it. Giants go in order, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. And it's still a 1-1 tie. MV was talking about the free Robbie Wartburg bobblehead doll on his earlier game today. He was asking trivia questions, all in good fun. So that game was played at the ballpark in Arlington, as it used to be called. And I still prefer to call it that. It gets a classy game, classy name. All right, here's catcher Mike Sosha, nothing for 1. Carl Hubble, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks through 4. Hubble winds and deals the 1-0 to Sosha. Sosha swings, and this one lofted to left. And Barry Bonds and Mays converging, but Bonds draws the bead and the catch. 1 away for Don Sutton. Hubble deals the 3-1. And this one will be lined right to Mel Ott. It's a 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. And it brings up Jackie Robinson. Leadoff hitter for the Dodgers. Hubble deals, full count. Robinson fans on this one. Screwball right in there. We go to the top of the 6th, and we are knotted at 1. Well, Robbie, that could happen. And maybe I'll be the one that makes it. You'll be very surprised. All right, Mel Ott, Willie Mays, Barry Bonds. Master Melvin 1 for 2. Don Sutton now with 6 Ks in the game. He's walked 2. The 0-1 delivery to Mel Ott, a dangerous bat. Flied out his last time up. Ott swings, base hit up the middle. A few boos scattered around Chavez Ravine as Ott picks up the 3rd Dodger base hit, or 3rd Giant base hit. Man, why am I switching my teams? I have no idea. Little baseball dyslexia occurring, I think. As the Say Hey kid steps in, he is nothing for two against Sutton. Swinging on the first pitch. Fly ball to right field, and camping under it and making the catch is Carl Furillo. Getting back to first is Malott. One down for Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds with a solo shot in this game. Back in the first. We're back in the fourth. Again, I just did it. Wow. That's all right. 0-2 delivery to Bonds. Cut and a miss. Bonds trying to get another one, and nothing but air. And shifting this wind a little bit with that was a big, big cut. So fastball by Sutton, and that's strikeout number 7, and it's up to Willie McCovey to try to get Malott home. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Sutton with 2-1 delivery. And McCovey goes the other way. This one deep to left at the track, and this one is gone. And Willie McCovey must have heard me from the broadcast booth. Ott will come in to score. A 2-run shot by Willie McCovey, and the Giants grab the lead. It is 3-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. This one 391 feet by McCovey. So seeing a little bit of long ball between these two longtime rivals. There it goes. Exit velocity 100.6 miles per hour. So 2 away. Buster Posey now, nothing for 1. Buster Posey looking to get on the hit parade here. As Sutton brings the 1-0 delivery. Posey swings. This one line to right. And Carl Furillo showing why he was a superb right fielder, making a nice catch on a sinking liner. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, it's the Giants 3 and the Dodgers 1. Matt Kemp will lead it off here for the Dodgers. He's nothing for 2. So between these pitchers, 12 strikeouts issued, 5 by Hubble, 7 by Don Sutton. Hubble deals the 0-2 delivery to Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp comes up with nothing but as the ball goes around the horn. Fastball by Hubble, and that is K number 6. And here's Steve Garvey. Steve Garvey with that solo shot back in the first. That's the lone Dodger run. Hubble with a 2-0. And Garvey swings and just kind of taps this one to short. No problem for Travis Jackson. Routine 6-3 put out. Out number 2. Duke Snyder in 2 at-bats has been successful once against Hubble. Center fielder digging in, left-hand side. Hubble peers in, has the sign, winds and fires. The 1-1 to Snyder. Duke Snyder, lazy fly ball to shallow left. And Barry Bonds running in on it and making the catch. Inning over, and the LA Dodgers go in order, and we go to the top of the 7th. The Giants holding on to this 3-1 lead. So all runs in this game, all 4 runs by these teams coming on home runs as Roger Bresnahan steps in. Sutton sets and fires to count even on Bresnahan. Oh my goodness gracious. Got him looking. Nice slider in there by Don Sutton. Hang up K number 8 for him. Travis Jackson now will have a go against Sutton. Here's the 1-2. And let's make that strikeout number 9. Big swing and a miss, and Don Sutton just ringing him up all over the place. And if he gets Hubble here for the trifecta, try to strike out the side. Socha sets the target. Sutton into his wind. First pitch swinging, and Hubble sends this to center field. And Duke Snyder makes the catch. So side retired as the Giants go in order. 7th inning stretch time here at Chavez Ravine in Los Angeles, California. It's the Giants 3 and the Dodgers 1. Robbie, I'm guessing since you work today, you're probably not going to do a game tonight, but I thought I would ask you anyhow. If you don't, I might do something in Action PC. So up to you, man. All right, the singing of baseball's anthem is over. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. And it's Furillo, Say, and Russell for the Dodgers. So Furillo, nothing for 2. Carl Hubble with 6 strikeouts. And setting and firing is Hubble to Furillo, and Furillo lines this one into center field, base hit. 3rd Dodger hit of the game. And the tying run comes to the plate for the Dodgers in the personage of Ron Say. And there is D. Scott Howard. Robbie not doing a game tonight. So Furillo at first, nobody out. 3-1 Giants over the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 7th. As Posey sets the target for Hubble. Hubble brings it. The 0-1. And Say line to center and right into the glove of the Say Hey Kid. Mays with ridiculous range out there. By the way, I noticed something in MLB The Show that I didn't realize because I thought all these years that it was just a Twitch game. So in the game that I have saved on there, it's just in the 3rd inning. All-time great Cardinals versus Pirates. Bob Gibson's starting. And they've got his wind-up delivery and where Gibson threw so hard, it looked like he was falling off the mound toward the first base side. And they've got it perfectly. It's just perfect. Seeing, I remember seeing videos of Bob Gibson pitching, and it was Bob Gibson pitching. That game's ridiculous. So, and like I said, that's MLB The Show 22. I haven't installed 23 because I'm not really interested in the Twitch bit. Although I was playing around with the hitting today. The hitting's fun. The pitching is kind of weird, but hitting is a lot of fun in that game. So maybe a good way to release some stress is to play Home Run Derby. But don't make this same mistake I did. If you have a PlayStation, if you don't want to buy a PS5, you can just get MLB The Show 22. Manage a franchise, have some fun with it, have some batting practice. It's really a fun game, and it feels like you're watching a baseball game. Kind of like when you're listening to Ernie Harwell, like you're listening to a game on radio. This looks like you're watching one on the telly. All right, 1 out for Carl Furillo on first as Bill Russell steps in the box. The shortstop today is nothing for 1. Carl Hubble into his motion. The 2-1 pitch. This one could be a double play. It is not. Broken up there. So aboard, thanks to the fielder's choice. Oh, it looks like we might have. Looks like Robbie Thompson was shaken up a little bit on the play as he was knocked off balance trying to make the pivot and throw to first, but says he's all right. Trainer walks back to the dugout and play resumes with 2 out. So Russell aboard with Mike Scioscia, nothing for 2. Hubble deals to Scioscia. Scioscia, oh, this one right through the right side. And going to 3rd and making it standing up is Bill Russell. Throw going off target. This one getting by Robbie Thompson at 2nd. So Dodgers threatening with runners at the corners, 2 down. And we'll see a pinch hitter now, Pedro Guerrero. I don't think anybody picked Guerrero. It's becoming more fun to see who wasn't picked now, we should say. Guerrero hitting 250 in the season, 3 runs batted in. Scioscia at first, Russell at 3rd, 2 down, bottom of the 7th, 3-1 Giant lead. Carl Hubble, the 2-2 pitch. This one, a little flare to right. Is it going to get down? It will not. What a play. by Mel Ott, running in, turning on the Jets, and the Dodgers turned away here in the 7th. We go to the 8th, and it's 3-1. Quick look at that nice play by Ott in right field, covering a lot of territory there and making a nice grab. All right, Robbie Thompson due up here in the 8th. We're back at the top of the order for the Giants. Oh yeah, Ducky Medwick did not get picked again. And you said so after you settle the Marisol conundrum, you may be contacting Robbie and PQ. Yeah, I wish I had somebody to trade for you, D. Scott, but I know you're looking for power, and the power hitters I have, I want to hold on to. So, but Pop Lloyd went downtown today in that game that MV did. So Lloyd does have in fact, MV was comparing Pop Lloyd's stats and Hannes Wagner, and you can see the numbers do not lie. I mean, they're actual stats. That so close, and he was called the Black Hannes Wagner. So, not as upset at Robbie Wartburg for taking Hannes Wagner as I got the other Hannes Wagner. All right, Kenley Jansen will come in to pitch for the Giants. We saw him in the last game. Jansen on the season, 1 win, no losses. Worked an inning, 3 strikeouts. So Don Sutton pitched a good game, but found himself down 2 runs. So it's going to be up to Jansen to keep these Giant bats quiet. Robbie Thompson, nothing for 3. The 1-2 to Robbie Thompson. Thompson, big swing and a miss. So Jansen comes in and promptly strikes out Robbie Thompson, and that's the 3rd time he's K'd in this game. So 1 away for Mel Ott. Ott, good day at the plate, 2 for 3 for the Giant right fielder. Jansen's wind and the 1-0 delivery to Mel Ott. Mel Ott swings. This one a little flare into left. And Kemp taking it in for out number 2. So waiting for Willie Mays to do something. We're seeing his batting average just tick down a little bit at a time. Nothing for 3 for the Sehe kid. I do have the 1971 World Series set up for this because I was doing something as a tutorial. So we might do this as a little fun side thing too. The 1971 series, a great one between the Pirates and the Orioles. The first one to feature a night game. And in the same season, the Pirates, the first team to field an all-minority lineup in 1971. Jansen deals. Payoff pitch coming to Willie Mays. Here it is. Flight out his last time up. And Mays looks at a call at strike 3. Inning over, so Jansen coming in and doing the work that he is assigned to do. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers looking at a 3-1 deficit, and they will send up Jackie Robinson, Matt Kemp, and Steve Garvey. John DFW says, would Jeff Kemp be the best Giant second baseman of all time? Good question. Let's put it out. Put it out to the chat. What do you guys say? He says not necessarily needing power. Does need a Hall of Famer, though. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I forget who has Sammy Sosa. Yeah, I have of course, one of the immortals, Pete Alexander. Got Mike Cuellar, pretty damn fine pitcher. The guy that's really kind of been a surprise for me so far has been Dick Ellsworth. But I really need a number 3 starter. And then I can put Ellsworth or somebody else in. I think I'm going to go with a 4-man rotation. But let's face it, just like in real baseball, excellent pitching is a commodity. I'm kind of surprised you're not going with Marisol, although I don't know if that's a great season or not for Juan Marichal, or not the one that you picked. Or if you're just not a Juan Marichal fan. Not quite sure. I don't remember what year that is for Marichal. And it looks like Carl Hubble is done as Tim Lincecum will come on in relief now. Lincecum 2 wins, no losses, 3.2 innings worked, 3 2/3 innings worked, 3 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. So both starters out of the game now, but a good one both by Sutton and Hummel. Lincecum to face Jackie Robinson, Matt Kemp, and Steve Garvey. Here's the 0-1 from Lincecum to Jackie. And Jackie, a little comebacker to the mound. Lincecum fires on to first. And Jackie Robinson retired. No other defensive substitutions here. And we do have Babe Herman pinch hitting now. Herman with a solo home run, hitting .273, 6 for 22 in the season. Excellent power, excellent contact. Adventurous base runner and not the best fielder. Babe Herman, definitely more of a one-tool player, but had he had a couple more, could have been a Hall of Famer. Lincecum deals now to Babe Herman. Babe Herman swings, another comebacker to Lincecum. And Lincecum will retire Babe Herman. So Lincecum getting it done here on a minimum amount of pitches, really. And here's Steve Garvey. That solo shot, and otherwise 1 for 3. Lincecum's 1-2 delivery to Garvey here in the bottom of the 8th. Garvey with a big swing and a miss. So Lincecum has an easy time of these Dodgers, and we go to the top of the 9th. The Giants 3, Dodgers 1. So let's see. John says he lived in San Francisco when Lincecum was in his prime. Great pitcher, just didn't have the body strength to have a long career. And D. Scott Howard, pulling no punches here, says he hates, in caps, Juan Marichal with all his baseball heart. It's 1966, great year for him, but he should have been suspended. Ken Castro talking about Larry Doyle and the Ford and Flash would be the only contender to Ken's crown, but he thinks he's #1 himself. So Cousin Ken talking about Jeff Kent in those glowing terms, because certainly Larry Doyle and Frankie Frisch, which MV said today didn't know a lot about Frankie Frisch, and I informed him that Frankie's one of the greatest of all time. So hopefully MV will do some research on the Ford and Flash. All right. Let's get back to it. In the 9th inning here, it'll be Barry Bonds, Willie McCovey, and Buster Posey. So Kenley Jackson stays in to pitch. Andre Ethier will come in to play left field for the Dodgers. Would love to see Zach Wheat out there, but letting the AI do some things. I'll be juggling lineups as I go along, having fun with all of the teams in baseball, just to mix it up a little bit. Would love to see Zach Wheat playing some left field, though. But Andre Ethier on. Other than that, no other substitutions for the Dodgers. Kenley Jansen with 2 strikeouts, ready to deal to Barry Bonds. Here's the 1-2. Bonds absolutely cannot catch up to that slider. So Barry Bonds has struck out 3 times in this game as we enter a beautiful dusk here. High humidity, a beautiful orange sky here in LA for Willie McCovey. McCovey in this game is 1 for 3. A big blast by McCovey. Jansen with 3 strikeouts. The 1-2 coming to stretch. Oh, and the cutter, or I'm sorry, a little cut fastball there, getting McCovey, and that's Jansen's 4th strikeout. So 13 strikeouts by the Dodgers staff, and it brings up Buster Posey, who's nothing for 2. Jansen, here comes the 2-1 to the Giants catcher. Posey Sends this routine fly ball to center, and meandering under it is Duke Snyder. So side retired. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Giants with the Dodgers with 3 chances to tie this game and try to walk it off. Sergio Romo will come in to try to get the save for the Giants. Romo's record, 3 innings worked for his 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. His ERA at 3. Duke Snyder, Carl Furillo, Ron Say to face Romo. He's finishing his warm-up pitches. And now into a full count here. Duke Snyder waits, delivery inside, and Romo loses him. So fastball missing inside. And here's Reggie Smith to pinch hit for the Dodgers. Smith 1 for 3 in the season. Romo checks Snyder at first, the 3-1 now. Smith working the count deep. Smith swings, this one up the middle, diving stop at second, and not enough time to get the runner at first. So Robbie Thompson trying to make a good play. Instead ends up, they're going to score that one an infield single, rightfully so. Robbie Thompson making a nice play in that ball. However, the Dodgers with a chance here now to possibly tie this up and win it. Here's Dolph Camilli, who has decent power. Camilli just 1 for 2 in the season, though. Snyder at second, Smith on first. 3-run Giant lead here in the bottom of the ninth. Sergio Romo winds and fires the 1-2 coming up to Camilli. Oh, big swing and a miss. So that one on the sinker. Romo picks up the strikeout, and here's Jacques Fournier. Fournier with an RBI. He's 3 for 4 on the season. Romo deals the 1-1 to Fournier, who swings. A little chopper back to the mound, and going to first is Romo. Looks like Reggie Smith might have been hurt. Looks like he is fine. Play resumes. Duke Snyder moves to third. Fournier at first, 2 away. And here's Mike Sosha. It's down to him. Can he do it? The 2-1 to Sosha. Sosha swings. High pop fly in the infield. And Travis Jackson calling for it and making the catch. And the Giants take this one from the Dodgers 3-1. Let's get to our recap. So both of these teams doing well in the National League West. The Giants improved to 5-2. The Dodgers fall to 5-3. So Giants pitcher Carl Hubble on his did his part in helping his team beat the Dodgers 3-1. The left-hander kept opposing batters in check throughout the game. Hubble, the winner, moves to 1-0. He threw 7 innings of 4-hit ball, while fanning 6 and giving up 2 walks. And the save was credited to Sergio Romo. This will be his 3rd. Willie McCovey, the 31-year-old first baseman, had a direct impact on the outcome. McCovey contributed a 2-run homer in the top of the 6th inning to put San Francisco up 3-1. So let's look at our player of the game here, and it will be Carl Hubble. So interesting choice. Carl Hubble with the win. Hubble worked 7, struck out 6. Lincecum came in, worked an inning in relief, and struck out 1. Romo gets the save. For the Dodgers, Don Sutton, despite striking out 9, falls to 0-1. And Jansen worked 2 innings in relief. So we'll go ahead and leave this game. Yeah, so D. Scott Howard talking about Frankie Frisch, saying that Frankie is untouchable on his roster. Yeah, if I had Frankie Frisch, he would be definitely untouchable. I mean, it's just like, so for me, like Pop Lloyd is not going anywhere, and neither are Jimmy Fox or Babe Ruth. Other folks may be up for negotiation, but again, I mean, I know you hate him with all your heart, and here I am looking for an excellent pitcher, but I just can't see anybody on my team you'd want. I know that Steve is. I think Steve was talking to you, so we'll see. I mean, D Scott, we'll see what you're looking for. I'll look at Discord and see what I might have because pitching just kind of weak. I've got two good closers, I think, but I need a third good, a strong third starting pitcher, and um, I can't have Alexander trying to carry the day. All right, let me see. Do we have anything else we want to do this one? I think we'll switch it over to Action PC Baseball. Just looking at any sort of matchups that we have. Um, oh, we have Rangers and Rays, uh, but we get to see Nolan Ryan, but I just Angels, blah blah blah, Mariners and Athletics. We got Lefty Grove. That might be a fun one to do. So the Athletics at 0-6 right now. So Robbie's not doing it again. We can just chat some baseball. Pretty easy way, of course. We can chat baseball and play a game too. So let me go ahead and save this game regardless. Nice. Ooh, here's a good one. We got the Braves and the Nationals. We got the Cardinals and the Pirates. Let's see Bob Gibson and Jesse Tannehill. Let's do the Pirates Cardinals. We're just gonna stay here and do Pirates Cardinals. Why not? Why not indeed? So we're gonna be seeing of plenty of action PC baseball. All right. So going to PNC Park for this one, and Ozzie Smith. We're going to start with the Cardinals lineup for the visiting St. Louis Redbirds. Ozzie Smith at short to lead it off. Chick Hafey will patrol left field and bat second. Rogers Hornsby at the Keystone sack bats third. In the cleanup spot, first baseman Albert Pujols batting fifth. In right field, Stan the Man Musial batting sixth and catching. Joe Torre batting seventh at the hot corner. Ken Boyer, Kurt Flood in center field will bat eighth, and Bob Gibson takes the hill and bats ninth. Gibson, no wins, one loss, a 2.57 earned run average for Gibby. For the hometown Pittsburgh Pirates, leading off at third base, Hannes Wagner. Batting second at shortstop, Arky Vaughan. Batting third, first baseman, Willie Stargell. In the cleanup spot, in left field, Ralph Kiner. Batting fifth in right field, the Cobra, Dave Parker. Andrew McCutchen in center field will bat sixth. George Grantham, one of my favorite second basemen of all time, bats seventh. Tony Pena will catch for the Pirates, and Jess Tannehill will pitch and bat ninth. Tannehill, right now looking at an ERA of 3.38, should be a lot of fun this game. So Bucks and Cardinals, let's get out to PNC Park. All right, Robbie gonna duck out, and take care, Robbie. Good to see you. Yeah, I'll have to see again, D. Scott, if you put in the Discord what you're looking for. I'll certainly see what I have because I really, really, really want a third starter, a strong third starter. Steve's pitching staff a little better than mine, so see what we can do. All right, Robbie taking off for the night. All right, the Wizard of Oz. So actually three great shortstops. Wagner, of course, best known as a shortstop, could play pretty much any position equally. But three great shortstops in this game, really. Hannes Wagner, Arky Vaughan, and Ozzie Smith. So the Wizard of Oz hitting just 176, 2 RBI. As we get ready to go here, the confluence of the Three Rivers in the Steel City. Pittsburgh, the temperature here in Pittsburgh, partly cloudy. It's 42 degrees. Attendance here at PNC Park, 27,395. Jess Tannehill finishing his warm-up pitches as we pan around PNC Park on the North Shore. I love the panorama this does. It's so cool. And the drone comes behind. And here we go. Here's the pitch to Ozzie Smith. Comebacker. Tannehill up with it. And the throw to first to Willie Stargell. And they get Ozzie Smith. So one away. And here's Chick Hafey. Hafey hitting 222. 4 for 18, a run batted in. Here's a guy that didn't get picked for the McGreevy League. Or not the McGreevy League, the Howie Shanks League. All right, Southpaw Tannehill has the sign from Tony Pena. The 2-1 delivery to Hafey. Hafey swings. Grounder to Grantham. Grantham to Stargell for the 4-3 putout. 2 up, 2 down here in the Cardinal first. And that'll bring up the Raja. So Ken Castor says looked at flights earlier today to Pittsburgh as his son and he will be going to PNC Park in late June. PNC is such a beautiful, beautiful ballpark, cousin. And depending upon where you park, hopefully if you feel like walking, see this bridge right here. Beyond center field, this is Roberto Clemente Bridge. And on game days, this is closed to traffic. And you can park. Some nice parking here. Just on the river's edge of the city. And walk across Roberto Clemente Bridge. It's always a great time. Oh, you've been on that? Have you driven on it? But yeah, this game named for, or this bridge, renamed for Roberto Clemente, and it's so fun to do that bridge on game day. As long as you don't have a fear of heights, these bridges are, yeah, they're high. Pittsburgh has tons of bridges, as you would expect. All right, here is the Rajai hitting 263. He's 5 for 19 with a run batted in. Here's the 1-0 to Hornsby. Hornsby swings, grounded to Grantham, so it's second baseman to second baseman for the 4-3 putout. And the Cardinals go in order here in the first. The Cardinals nothing, and the Pittsburgh Pirates coming to bat. We'll look at the defense here for the Cardinals and then the Pirates when we get to the second inning. So from left field to right field, it's Chick Hafey, Kurt Flood, and Stan Musial. From first to third, Albert Pujols, Rogers Hornsby, Ozzie Smith, Ken Boyer catching is Joe Torre, and of course pitching Bob Gibson. Leading off here, Hannes Wagner. Wagner hitting 300 with 4 runs batted in. Gibson has the sign from Joe Torre, the wind in the 3-1 delivery to Wagner. Wagner lines this one to right. This is going to get down for a base hit. This one off the wall. Wagner going for 2. The throw to second will not be in time as Wagner in there with the leadoff stand-up double. So the Flying Dutchman aboard for Pittsburgh. And that brings up Wagner's student in the game and a Hall of Famer in his own right, the great Archie Vaughn, playing shortstop tonight. Vaughn off to a slow start, just hitting 188 for the Bucks. 3 runs batted in, does have a home run. Wagner an aggressive lead at second. Gibson has the sign from Joe Torre. Here's the 1-0 to Vaughn. Archie Vaughn, comebacker. Oh, this one gets by Gibson, and Vaughn is going to beat it out. So Smith deciding discretion the better part of valor. Not going to try to throw errantly to Albert Pujols there at first. So the Bucks with 2 on the pond and nobody out for Willie Stargell. So Wagner at third, Vaughn at first. Stargell hitting a torrid 562, 7 runs batted in, 3 home runs in the early season through 16 at-bats. The big lefty with that kind of windmill windup he did with the bat. Bob Gibson deals the 2-2 to Stargell. Stargell tried to hold up, but nice pitch. Fastball in there by Bob Gibson. Crossing up Stargell, so one away, and Gibson hanging up the K. Here's Ralph Kiner. Kiner with 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in, hitting .211. Gibson rubbing up the ball, staring menacingly from the stretch. And the runner goes, and they've got Arky Vaughan dead to rights. So Joe Torre has gunned down 3 of 7 base stealers thus far in the season. So 2 away. Pittsburgh trying to play a little aggressively here. Kiner back in the box, the 1-2 from Gibson. Kiner swings this one, a weak grounder to third, or to short I should say. And Ozzie Smith making the peg to first, and the Pirates are turned away. So the Pirates threaten but do not score, and we head to the top of the second. And St. Louis and Pittsburgh, 2 goose eggs. The defense in the outfield from left to right for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Ralph Kiner, Andrew McCutchen, and Dave Parker. The infield from first to third, Willie Stargell, George Grantham, Arky Vaughan, Hannes Wagner. Tony Pena catching, and Jesse Tannehill taking the mound. Tony Pena, part of that big deal in 1988, which sent Pena to the Cardinals and brought over Andy Van Slyke, Michael Valliere, and Mike Dunn. And that started the rebuild, or really, and it really did, actually directly to those excellent Pirate teams that just fell a bit short in 1990, 91, and 92. So Tannehill to face Albert Pujols, Stan Musial, and Joe Torre. So Pujols hitting .263, has yet to homer in the season. .263 average for him. The Andy Warhol Museum is indeed nearby. Primanti Brothers. There you go. Well, come on, you can do one. Across the street from PNC is reasonable, absolutely. Yeah, Arky is definitely no sliding Billy. You're right about that, Arky Vaughan. Tannehill with a 1-2 delivery now to Albert Pujols. Pujols swings. This one grounded to Vaughan at short, and Vaughan making the easy play on to Willie Stargell to retire Pujols for out number 1 here in the top of the second. Stan the Man Musial, born not far from the city of Pittsburgh, from Donora, Pennsylvania. Musial with 4 runs batted in, hitting .350, including a home run. Lefty-lefty matchup as Tannehill has the sign from Tony Pena. Here's the 1-2 delivery to Musial. Musial, comebacker, Tannehill up with it, on to Willie Stargell, and Stan the Man will trot back to the dugout as out number 2 for catcher Joe Torre. Torre hitting just .062, 1 run batted in. He is 1 for 16 for these Cardinals. Southpaw Tannehill wheels and deals. Joe Torre swings, and this one lined to right and running on it and making a diving catch, or a diving stop. Yes, it is a great catch by the Cobra in right field. So 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the second. We'll look at that catch again. We are scoreless. The Pirates, of course, with so many great right fielders. Paul Wainer, Roberto Clemente, Dave Parker. The franchise has been blessed all the way around with great outfields throughout its history, even in the lean years. So let's watch this play again by Parker, covering a lot of ground, running back on this ball, and the sliding catch. And it's always great when the end of the inning doing something spectacular and you get to lead off. So the Cobra, though, To say he is having an ice-cold start to this season would be an understatement. He is 0 for 16. So the lefty stands in. Bob Gibson has struck out 1. Gibson deals the 1-2. Parker swings. Grounded to third. Ken Boyer up with it. And fires on to Pujols at first with a 5-3 put up. 1 up, 1 down for Andrew McCutchen, who's doing had a great career with Pittsburgh. Begged to stay there, was traded away. Now back in what would probably be his final season, providing, along with Carlos Santana, great leadership to a young but very, very talented and thus far formidable Pirates squad. Kutch in this season hitting .238, 3 runs batted in, a home run for him. Bob Gibson set the deal now to Kutch. McCutchen swings. This one grounded to Smith at short. Plenty of time to retire Andrew McCutchen for the second out. Pirates second baseman George Grantham, and actually I didn't draw a year. I was waiting in our Howie Shanks League for a second baseman a good year, and could not draw a good year, or couldn't draw any years when George Grantham played, unfortunately. Excellent second baseman for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's hitting .316 in the early season. 2 runs batted in. Gibson winds and fires. Grantham on the first pitch, lines it to left in the alley. This one's going to get down for extra bases. Caroming off the wall. Grantham going for 2. Grantham going for 3. And Grantham slides and the tag. And after the dust settles, George Grantham with a 2-out triple for Pittsburgh. So the Bucks threatening with 2 down. Grantham mowed around the bases. And that will bring up catcher Tony Pena, as PQ River says, safe. Ken Castro says, got to run. Love to you guys. Have a great day tomorrow. You as well, Cousin Ken, and we'll see you again at the next broadcast. I'm going to be doing one tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you. Tony Pena making his first appearance for the Pirates in this season. Bob Gibson working from the stretch, and the 2-2 to Pena. Pena swings, liner to right, over toward the foul line, and making a fantastic catch is Stan Musial, and the Bucks are turned away, leaving one in scoring position. We got a hell of a ball game here as we enter the 3rd inning. Cardinals and Pirates scoreless. My favorite franchise and my second favorite franchise, the Pirates and Cardinals. All right, Ken Boyer, Curt Flood, and Bob Gibson to bat for the Cardinals here in the 3rd. Boyer with 2 runs batted in, hitting .176. Boyer, excellent, has some considerable power at third base for the St. Louis Cardinals. Tannehill brings it home. The count even on Ken Boyer. Boyer swings, grounded to second. Grantham to Stargell on the 4-3 putout. One away here in the Cardinal 3rd for center fielder Curt Flood. Ask any Major League Baseball player who they have to thank, and many will say Curt Flood. Of course, Curt Flood also a superb center fielder. Curt Flood, 2 for 4 in this season with a solo home run. Tannehill deals to Flood now. Oh, and hits him. So we'll see if there's going to be any retaliation in the game. So Curt Flood with some speed on at first, and here's Bob Gibson. Bucks looking bunt as Tannehill deals. And Gibson gets the bunt down on the third base side. Sacrifice complete. Curt Flood moves to second on the sacrifice. So A runner in scoring position for the Cardinals, and we return to the top of the order, and Ozzie Smith, who is 0-for-1. Tannehill with the 0-2 delivery. Oh, Ozzie Smith looking to call. Strike 3. And that ends the inning. The Cardinals leave one in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the third. The Bucks and Cardinals are scoreless as Jesse Tannehill will lead it off for the Buccaneers, followed by Hannes Wagner and Archie Vaughn. Tannehill, 0-for-2 as a hitter. Bob Gibson fires it in, the 0-2 to Tannehill. Tannehill just stands there and watches it go by for strike 3. Back at the top of the order now, and the Flying Dutchman, Wagner 1-for-1. Gibson with a 3-0 delivery to the Flying Dutchman. Wagner lays off, ball 4. So Hannes aboard for the second time in this game. Also, I've been haranguing people about the proper pronunciation of this game, and it was nice to hear in MLB The Show, doing that game earlier, that the announcers in there pronounced it properly. Hannes Wagner, not Honus. So, and I called him Honus Wagner for a number of years till I found out. So that was cool to hear, but I don't know what kind of speech engine they're using. They keep calling Paul Wainer Paul Warner, so I have no idea what the hell's going on with that. It is definitely Wainer. There's no R in that name. All right, Wagner aboard, and here's Archie Vaughn, who is 1-for-1. Archie Vaughn was caught stealing in this game. Wagner aggressive lead off first. Gibson checks the runner and brings it home to Vaughn. And there goes Wagner, and up with it, and gunning it down to second, but not in time. Hannes Wagner picks up his 3rd stolen base of the season as Torrey makes the strong peg, but Wagner already just was off and running with the pitch, and you're not going to catch him then. The Bucks with a runner in scoring position now. Vaughn back in, full count on him, and Vaughn lays off, and Bob Gibson issuing the walk. Wanting that call, glaring at the umpire, to no avail. The Bucks with 2 on, nobody out, or 1 out, I should say. And in steps Willie Stargell, who's 0-for-1. Stargell, great power, but prone to striking out. Gibson with 2 Ks in the game to accompany 2 walks. Looking for a double play ball here. 2-1 delivery to Stargell. Stargell swings. This one is going to be a liner into center, base hit. Wagner will easily score on the play as the throw comes to the plate. I think just to practice baseball fundamentals. Wagner tearing around the base paths. So Willie Stargell with an RBI 1-out single, and Wagner scores, and the Pirates take an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Aaron Reed. So I was able to help Aaron. He says considered a second baseman, Snuffy Sternweiss for Rudy May. I kind of need Rudy May. So yeah, thank you, but no thanks, D. Scott. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Because again, Rudy May, he may not. So getting that second baseman is not going to help my pitching staff, but I do appreciate you. Aaron, I wanted to ask you I was able to help him a lot, or a bit today with Baseball for Windows, clear up some misconceptions that he had. Aaron, did you get those things installed? Yeah, he might, D. Scott Howard, absolutely. Just hopefully everything's working out for you with Baseball for Windows, Aaron, and you're getting to play in the decade that you loved so well, the 1990s. All right, here's Ralph Kiner batting with 2 down. Archie Vaughn at second, Willie Stargell at first. Oh, and Aaron, you're right. I'm loving MLB The Show, buddy. So, just loving it. I was talking about it earlier. Gibson deals. Here's the 1-2. Ralph Kiner, and Ralph Kiner. Ooh, big strikeout. So, fastball, power versus power. And this time, it goes to Bob Gibson. That's his 3rd K of the game. 2 away for the Cobra. Parker, nothing for one. The Bucks with a run in thanks to the RBI single by Willie Stargell, scoring Hannes Wagner. Gibson deals. Count even on the Cobra, and I need to change some of this background music. Oh, called strike 3 in the outside corner. Fastball beautifully framed by Joe Torre, and the man in blue looks at it as if Peter Jackson had produced and directed it. However, the Pirates pick up a run, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We go to the top of the 4th. It's the Pirates 1, the Cardinals nothing. Chick Hafey, Rogers Hornsby, and Albert Pujols, number 2, 3, 4 hitters to bat for the Redbirds. As I suspect Aaron is doing some baseball for Windows right now. Chick Hafey, nothing for 1. Jess Tannehill with a strikeout in this game, no walks. Okay, Aaron answered me, says yes he did. He's just in the process of setting primary lineups. So good. All right. So you don't have to set lineups in baseball for Windows. When you set up that's up to you. Because if you go into League Manager and after your schedule and everything's set, the managers can set the lineups for you. That's up to you. You don't have to set lineups unless you want to. I don't know if Robbie showed you how to do that or not. If he hasn't, let me know. And the next time we get together, I'll show you how all that ties in so that you don't have to set any lineups whatsoever. Especially fun if you want to manage some teams you don't know really well. You just want to have fun with it and just let one of the managers set up or whatever. Let me know, because I don't know really. Oh, you're making primary lines for exhibition games. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I do love it, Aaron, and I'm just playing MLB The Show 22. I bought 23, but I didn't install it yet. I'm going to wait for some more of those old all-time rosters and really cool rosters to make it onto the show. But 22 is beautiful. I can't wait to see what 23 is going to look like. All right, Chick Hafey ready to go here. Here's the 2-0 delivery from lefty Jess Tannehill, Hall of Famer. And Hafey scorches this one a left-hand slide, and this is going to get through for a base hit. Hafey thought about 2. But Kiner getting that ball back in quickly. The Cardinals picking up their first base hit in the 4th, so the Tannehill no-hitter is over. And here's Rogers Hornsby. Tannehill checks Hafey at first. Some speed there at Hafey. The 0-1 throws over, and Hafey is picked off as he started leaning too much towards second. Nice move to first by Jess Tannehill to erase Chick Hafey. So Hornsby now batting with the bases empty and 1 out. Tannehill with a 2-1 delivery to the Raja. Hornsby swings, high fly ball to right field and toward the track, and about 5 steps in front of it, Dave Parker making the catch. 2 away here on the Cardinal 4th for Albert Pujols. So Tannehill making a big play. Brings it home now, the 0-1. Pujols, little number out in front of the plate. Pena up with it, and he'll throw onto Willie Stargell at first. And the Cardinals send up the minimum, really. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 1-0 Pittsburgh. Andrew McCutchen, George Grantham, and Tony Pena to bat for the Buccos. Gibson has fanned 4, walked 2. Gibby deals now to McCutchen. He grounded out to short as last time, and this one gets down the left field line past third baseman Ken Boyer into the corner. Kutch slides, the tag at second, and McCutchen in there with a leadoff double. So the Bucs with potential second run in scoring position, and that brings up second baseman George Grantham. Grantham tripled his last time up. Gibson, the payoff pitch to Grantham. Grantham lays off, ball 4. This one missing low and away. Third walk issued by the great Bob Gibson to accompany 4 strikeouts, and here's Tony Pena. Tony Pena had a chance to put a crooked number up for the Bucs in the 3rd and failed to do so. McCutchen at second. Grantham at first. In terms of steals, McCutcheon pretty decent. Pena swinging on the first pitch. This one sent out to shallow center. Ranging in and to his left is Curt Flood. McCutcheon feinted to third, but just a feint. So one away, here's Jess Tannehill. Tannehill's going to try to bunt these runners over, Grantham and McCutcheon, and try to avoid a double play. Gibson deals to Tannehill. Tannehill bunts this one down the third base line. Ken Boyer coming in, and his only play will be to first. So Tannehill gets the job done. The runners move up. And we get back to the top of the order. Hannes Wagner 1 for 1 and a walk, and a stolen base. Bucks looking to put a crooked number up here in the bottom of the fourth. Gibson fires it in. The 1-0 pitch to the Flying Dutchman. Wagner swings, grounded to third, and 5-3 put out. The Bucks are turned away. They strand two base runners. Do not capitalize. We go to the top of the fifth. 1-0 Pittsburgh. So Aaron, I'm glad you're loving baseball for Windows. It is an excellent game. Just absolutely, that's a game I will always love. And D. Scott Howard informed the community that there's a digital dice, the latest digital dice podcast, what have you, was with the head of Apple. There's a lot of talk about the baseball for Windows game, so looking forward to listening, and especially about baseball for Windows. Stan Musial, Joe Torre, and Ken Boyer to bat for the Cardinals here in the top of the fifth. Jess Tannehill has struck out one. The 1-0 delivery to the man from Denora, PA. And this one grounded to short. Vaughn taking this ball up and over the Willie Stargell to retire Musial for the out. One away here for Joe Torre. Torre 0 for 1. Tannehill working quickly. The 1-1 to Joe Torre, lined out his last time. Grounded to short. Archie Vaughn to Willie Stargell. 2 up, 2 down. So Jess Tannehill pitching a one-hit shutout right now. Ken Boyer digging in against him. Tannehill with a 1-1 to Boyer. Boyer cuts on this one. High fly ball to right field. Parker can only watch this one go. And the Cardinals tie it up here in the top of the fifth. Long bomb to right field. And this crowd going silent here at PNC Park. Cardinals make it a 1-1 game. Have a quick look at that Ken Boyer home run going the other way. Exit velocity just 95 miles an hour, but it doesn't matter. It's gone. This one getting into the second row. 346 feet. Curt Flood bats with 2 out and 1 in for the Cardinals here in the top of the fifth. Tannehill with a 1-2 delivery to Flood. Oh, this one on the outside corner. Nice curveball by Jess Tannehill, but the Cardinals pick up a run in a solo shot by Ken Boyer, and we are knotted at 1 as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Goodness gracious. All right, Archie Vaughn, Willie Stargell, and Ralph Kiner to bat for the Pirates. Vaughn 1 for 1. Bob Gibson winds and fires to the Bucko shortstop. Oh, Vaughn looks a call. Strike 3. This one a fastball in the inside corner. A little knee buckler there by Bob Gibson. Hang up K number 5 for him, and here's Willie Stargell. Stargell 1 for 2 with a run batted in, scoring Hannes Wagner back in the third inning. Payoff pitch coming now to Chicken on the Hill with Will, as Bob Prince would say. Stargell lays off this one. So the sinker missing from Bob Gibson. and Stargell aboard. Absolutely no speed whatsoever. And here's Ralph Kiner. Bucko left fielder, nothing for two. Here's the 0-1. Coming home to Ralph Kiner. Struck out his last time up. And this one, lazy fly ball to center field. And Kurt Flood, ranging to his left, makes the catch. And retreating to first is Willie Stargell. 2 outs here in the Pirate fifth, and here's Dave Parker, unable to solve Bob Gibson in 2 attempts. The 1-2 delivery to the Cobra. Swung on and missed, and the Buccos are turned away. No runs, just a walk for the Bucks. A runner left on. We go to the 6th, and we're knotted at 1. Got 4 hanging out here. I appreciate all of you. Bob Gibson, Ozzie Smith, and Chick Hafey. Tannehill deals now to Bob Gibson. Gibson, ground ball to third. Hannes Wagner fires across the diamond to retire Gibson for out number 1. Top of the order now for shortstop Ozzie Smith, who's nothing for 2. Tannehill with the 2-2. Smith swings, and this a little flare to center, and this is going to get down for a base hit in front of Andrew McCutchen. 3rd hit for the St. Louis Cardinals in this game. Smith with excellent speed at first, and here's Chick Hafey. Great contact hitter. We'll see if a hit and run will be on here for the Cardinals with 1 down. Tannehill with a 2-2 delivery. Swung on, grounded to first. Stargell will take it to the bag himself. Decides not to make the play, but make the throw to second. Ozzie Smith just too fast. So 2 away, runner in scoring position, and here's Rogers Hornsby. So far a quiet bat today, nothing for 2. Pena sets up the target. Jess Tannehill with the 0-1 delivery to the Raja. Flied out his last time up to Dave Parker. And this one lined, but right to Hannes Wagner, ranging to his left. And the Cardinals are turned away. They leave 1 in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We are knotted at 1 here at Pittsburgh. Pirates, PNC Park. Had to get some alliteration in. Always important to proliferate and alliterate when one can. Andrew McCutchen, George Grantham, and Tony Pena. Hey, Christopher Slovic, my good friend. Good to see you, fellow Bucko fan and resident of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. How about our Bucks this year? We lost today, but that doubleheader last night, just wonderful. So loving it while it's going on, Christopher. Hope things are going well for you in Pakistan. As Kutch steps in to lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th. Bucks and Cardinals tied at 1. Bob Gibson winds and fires the 2-0 to Kutch. McCutchen swings, grounded to short. Smith up with it, routine 6-3 put out. 1 away here in the Bucko 6th. It's almost summer. Coming home in June. Looking forward. Yep, let me know, man. I'll get over there and we'll tip back a few and talk some baseball. And to quote Styx, we will solve the world's problems without even trying. Grantham 1 for 1 in the game. Bucko second baseman. Bob Gibson sets and fires. Grantham with a triple in this game. This one, routine grounder to short. Taken on 1 hop by Ozzie Smith, who makes the easy peg to Pujols at first for out number 2. It would definitely be just brilliant to go see a game at PNC. So we'll get it figured out, Christopher. It's going to be good to meet up with you, man. Christopher's just absolutely fantastic broadcaster, as you guys have heard me say, ad nauseum, ad infinitum. Absolutely fantastic. Check out that channel, the Creators Cup Series, and of course, Christopher does the lesser sports as well. So baseball and the lesser sports. as Gibson deals. Tony Pena flight out his last time up. Cut on, and this one flared to shallow right. Not a problem though for Stan Musial making the running catch, and the Bucks go in order. And we head to the 7th, and we are tied at 1 apiece. So Albert Pujols, Stan Musial, and Joe Torre to bat for the Redbirds here in the 7th. Pujols 0 for 2. Jesse Tannehill has 2 strikeouts through 6 innings of work. The southpaw brings it home to Pujols. Pujols swings, and this one scorched to center. Back on is McCutchen, and making a fine running catch just short of the track. Nice play by Kutch. So Pujols almost got his money's worth on that Jesse Tannehill curve. And here's Stan Musial. Musial 0 for 2. 1 out. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 1-2 coming in to Stan Musial. Musial swings. This one the opposite way. This one high. This one deep. And this one is out of here. So the Cardinals score their 2nd run, and both runs on home runs. So Ken Boyer going deep in the 5th, and now Musial here in the 7th, and the Cardinals jump out to a 2-1 lead. This is the all-time great quick start that I'm slowly working through and modifying on Out of the Park 24. Let's have another look at that one. Exit velocity 102.5 miles per hour. And there she goes. Goodbye, Mr. Spalding. And there he is, number 6. He'll go sit in the dugout now and play some harmonica. Stan Musial, apparently a brilliant harmonica player from accounts by his contemporaries. As Joe Torre steps in now, 2-1 Cardinal lead. Crowd of 27,000 here at PNC Park. 1-2 coming from Jess Tannehill. Swung on, and this one lined to first, and Willie Stargell has it right at the line. So Stargell making a nice play on that. That definitely would have gone to the corner for extra bases. So 2 out, a Cardinal run in for third baseman Ken Boyer, who went deep back in the 5th. To tie this game, the Pirates holding on to a 1-0 lead until the Ken Boyer home run. So he's 1 for 2. Tannehill winds and fires the 0-2 to Boyer. Boyer, big swing and a miss. Big hammer dropped by Tannehill. We go to the 7th inning stretch here in Pittsburgh, PA. It's St. Louis 2, Pittsburgh 1. All right, the Bucco faithful singing the chorus to baseball's anthem. And we're ready to get underway, and Roberto Clemente comes in to pinch hit. So again, the Buccos with 3 right fielders to choose from: Clemente, Paul Wainer, and Dave Parker, an embarrassment of riches. So on the season, Clemente is 1 for 8. Bob Gibson, his fan 6, walked 4 as Clemente digs in. These two faced each other throughout their careers. Would have been fun to have been around to see Clemente and Gibson facing off. The 1-2 delivery now to the great one. Clemente swings, fly ball right field, and drawing a beat on it and bringing it down is Stan Musial. So Clemente will go back to the dugout. We'll see whether he will stay in and spell Dave Parker in right as we go back to the top of the order, and Hannes Wagner, whose statue stands at home plate at PNC Park, as it stood at home plate, the home plate gate at Three Rivers. Wagner 1 for 2 in the game. has a stolen base. Gibson deals. Wagner cuts in this first pitch, and just a little chopper to second, and they do just get Wagner. Hornsby making the quick throw. Hornsby knowing the speed of the Flying Dutchman. So 2 away here for Arky Vaughn. The Bucks again having a great infielder, and Wagner able to put him at third and playing Vaughn at short. Sure, we'll see Pie Trainer at some point when we revisit the Pirates in this quick start thing that I'm doing. 3-2 pitch coming to Arky Vaughn. Vaughn shoots this one to Ozzie Smith at short, who just fires it on to Albert Pujols. So the Bucks, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the top of the 8th. It's 2-1 in favor of the Cardinals. I do have the 1971 series set up on this. We'll be moving I'm going to be creating a out of the park duplicate of the Howie Shanks League that we're doing in Action PC baseball. So, but no real big projects in out of the park baseball. I just kind of having brain lock, trying to think of. I'd like to have 2 projects going at the same time, but well, sometimes that just doesn't happen. Bill Landrum will come on now in relief for the Bucks here in the 8th. Landrum, 1 win, no losses, 2 innings pitched. Has struck out 2 and an ERA of 0. Landrum will face Curt Flood, Bob Gibson, and Ozzie Smith here in the 8th. Landrum bringing the 1-0 now to Curt Flood, who struck out his last time up. Grounded to Wagner, diving stop at third, and the throw to Stargell is off target. And they are, let's see, bad throw, so that's going to be an E5. So the Buccos pick up an error. Wagner making a spectacular stop and hurrying his throw. Luckily, Stargell able to keep the ball in front of him. So Curt Flood aboard with decent speed, and here is the big cat, Johnny Mize. Mize, one of those players, where do you put him if you're doing an all-time greats league? Mize playing for he was the New York Giants. Mize played for the Yankees, of course, for the Cardinals. So here's the big cat, excellent contact hitter, excellent power. On the young season, Mize 1 for 3. Landrum checks Flood at first. Stargell waiting for a possible toss over. We did have 1 pickoff tonight. Earlier in the game, Bucco pitcher Jess Tannehill picking off Chick Hafey with Hornsby at bat. Landrum with a 1-1 delivery to the big cat. Mize swings, and this one a gapper to right. This is going to get down for extra bases. Mize will pull into second, and coming around to score. Mize going for 3, and this is going to be an RBI triple for Johnny Mize. Parker trying to make a good play on that, but he gets all the way to the fence. So Curt Flood comes in to score as we have another look. And the Cardinals now adding to their lead. It is 3-1. So Johnny Mize coming off the bench and triples. And tagged it, 110.6 miles per hour. And we get a weird sort of clipping angle there, which is going to happen. And he is safe. All right, I don't expect this game to graphically do what MLB The Show does, but what it does really well. But those are kind of fun to see. All right, Ozzie Smith batting with Johnny Mize at third. Nobody out. Landrum trying to stop it right here. Give the Buccos a chance in the bottom of the 8th. We'll see Stargell, Kiner, and Parker. Landrum working from the stretch now. Oh, and this ball gets away from Pena. And this one looks like it's going to be a wild pitch. Johnny Mize will come in to score, so not what Bill Landrum and the Buccos wanted. It's now 4-1 St. Louis. Ozzie Smith back in the box, the 1-1 from Landrum to the Wizard of Oz. Smith swings. Chopping ground ball to Stargell. Stargell throwing on to Landrum, covering at first for the 3-1 putout. One away. Base is empty for Chick Hayfie, left fielder for the Cardinals. He is 1 for 3. Landrum into his motion. Works now to Hayfie, who grounded out back in the 6th, and Hayfie's going to ground this one to short. Vaughn with the pick and the throw to Stargell. So 2 away and 2 in for the Cardinals, and it brings up Rogers Hornsby. So the error does indeed prove costly. Hornsby nothing for 3. Probably one of the reasons why the Cardinals aren't leading 7-1 is this big bat by Hornsby. 3-1 pitch now coming to the Raja, who grounded out his last time up. Checks his swing and draws the walk. Pena asking for the appeal at first, and the ump says he did not go around. So Landrum issues the walk, and here's Albert Pujols. He's been nothing for 3 against Pirate pitching today. Landrum with the 0-1 to the St. Louis slugger. Pujols swings. This one line to center, and camping under it though is Andrew McCutchen. However, the damage has been done. Pittsburgh with a costly error, and St. Louis scoring twice, and it's 4-1 as we head to the bottom of inning number 8. Fernando Salas will come in to pitch for the St. Louis Cardinals as Willie Stargell steps in to hit now. No other defensive substitutions that I can see. Salas finishing his warm-up pitches. Willie Stargell 1 for 2 with a run batted in. In there in the box. Count even on Stargell. Stargell walked his last time up. Swings and misses. So Salas comes in and strikes out Stargell for out number 1. Numbers for Fernando look like this: a third of an inning pitched with 1 strikeout and an ERA of 0. Good velocity, can get it up into the high 90s. Salas now to deal to the dangerous left fielder Ralph Kiner, who's been stymied in 3 tries today. Here's the 0-1 to Kiner. Kiner swings. This one just a grounder to first. Pujols will toss over to Salas, covering at first for out number 2. So Dave Parker now up to bat. So Clemente's job was done. Came in to pinch hit. Dave Parker nothing for 3. Salas ready to deal. Count even on the Cobra. Parker swings, and a little soft liner to left. Down for a base hit. So the Buccos picking up base hit number 6. So Parker a threat to steal, and here's Andrew McCutchen. See if the Bucks can try to get something going here and play a little gutsy baseball. Kutch 1 for 3. Parker into his lead at first. Salas checks the runner. The 0-1 delivery and swung on. This little flare to left is going to get down. So Kutch advancing the runner on the base hit. That is base hit number 7 for the Buccos. 2 ducks in the pond, 2 down for George Grantham, 1 for 2. Grantham tripled in the game. Fernando Salas peers in, has the sign from Joe Torre. Full count on Grantham. Grantham lays off, and after Salas strikes out Stargell, now having a little bit of trouble as the bases are jammed with Pittsburgh Pirates. And I've been talking about how I've been making some changes, additions, what have you. This is one of them. Bob Robertson, who is not on this Bucco roster, and I felt deserved to be, so I imported him. Robertson, the key part of the early 1970s lumber company for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Robertson pretty much serving pinch hitting duties. He's 2 for 7 on the season, hitting .286. Dave Parker third, McCutchen at second, George Grantham at first. 2 down, 4-1 Cardinal lead. Robertson has the power right here, though, to put the Bucks on top 5-4. Fernando Salas with a strike and a walkout. Pearson has the sign from Joe Torre. There's the 0-2 delivery to Bob Robertson. Robertson, little flare out to right field. Oh my goodness, but right into the glove of Stan Musial. So the Bucks leave him loaded. Golden opportunity goes by the board. We go to the ninth, and it's the Cardinals 4, the Pirates 1. Stan Musial, Joe Torre, and Ken Boyer to bat against Bill Landrum. So Bob Robertson unable to get it done for the Bucks in the 8th. And when we go to the ninth for the Pirates, we'll see a pinch hitter for Bill Landrum and then Hannes Wagner and Archie Vaughn. Bill Landrum needing to keep these Cardinals quiet. Stan Musial with a solo home run in this game. He is 1 for 3. Landrum deals to the Denora, PA native. The 2-0 delivery. And Musial swings, base hit, left field. Kiner takes it on the bounce. Musial making a wide turn at first, but he will hold. So that's the 6th base hit for the St. Louis Cardinals. And here's Joe Torre. Joe Torre was robbed of an extra base hit by Willie Stargell his last time up. So Torre nothing for 3. Bill Landrum with a check of the runner. The 0-2 delivery to Joe Torre. Joe Torre slaps this one to right and right into the glove of the Cobra. So out number 2, Parker calling off McCutcheon on that play. Or out number 1, I should say. And here's Ken Boyer. Solo shot for him. Landrum deals. Boyer swinging on the first pitch, and this one sharply hit into right field. Base hit for him. And Musial goes for 3, and he is in there ahead of the tag. So runners at the corners for St. Louis. 1 out for center fielder Curt Flood. Nothing for 2. Landrum from the stretch. Full count on Curt Flood. Curt Flood tried to hold up, but the appeal down to first, he went around. So big pitch there by Bill Landrum for out number 2. And here is a Hall of Famer that did not make the Howie Shanks League in either version. Ducky Joe Medwick, a member of the great Gas House Gang Cardinals of the 1930s. Medwick 2 for 4 with a run batted in the season. Medwick, in his exploits in the 1934 World Series, a lot of fun to read. Landrum from the stretch in the 0-1 to Ducky Medwick. Medwick swings, grounds it to Vaughn at short. Vaughn to Grantham, and that will retire the side. So the Cardinals threaten in the 9th, but they do not score. The Pirates with a lot of work to do as we go to the bottom of the 9th, and Jason Kendall will come in to pinch hit. Christopher Slovic says Bill Landrum was lights out in the old arcade game, clutch hitter. Good old Bill Landrum. Wonder what he's doing these days. All right, Jason Kendall splitting time with Manny Sanguillen and Tony Pena catching duties. So Kendall 6 for 21 in the season, hitting .286. Hannes Wagner waits on deck. Al Hrabosky, the Mad Hungarian, coming in now here in the bottom of the 9th to shut it down here for the Cardinals, or at least hoping. Red Shanedeans will be playing second. Brian Jordan and right. Joe Medwick stays into play left. So a few defensive substitutions if you're scoring at home, and who is, for the Cardinals. And here we go. Lefty Hrabosky with 3-1 pitch to Jason Kendall. Kendall, such an important part of those 90s Pirate teams. Kendall takes inside. Ball 4. And this one missing. Fastball, and that brings up Hannes Wagner. Christopher says from Wikipedia, his father Joe Landrum pitched for the Brooklyn Dodgers in the 1950s. Bill Landrum is retired and lives in Columbia, South Carolina. And a little connection then from him to Shoeless Joe Jackson. Shoeless Joe Jackson, I believe that is where he is from. So Thank you for that bit of information there, Christopher. Really, really appreciate it. All right, Hannes Wagner, 1 for 3. Jason Kendall, despite being a catcher, has wheels at first. These Cardinals, though, strung up the middle with Shane Deans to second and Smith at short. Let's see what the Flying Dutchman can do as Ribosky works the 2-0 now to the Flying Dutchman. Wagner, line drive to left field, and this is going to get down, base hit. So the Bucks setting up a little rally here in the bottom of the ninth. And this crowd coming alive here now at PNC Park. Jason Kendall at second, Hannes Wagner at first, and here's shortstop Archie Vaughn, who is 1 for 3. Bucks making some noise, rally caps on all over the place here at PNC Park in this 27,000 strong crowd today at the confluence of the Three Rivers on the North Shore. Lefty Archie Vaughn waits for the Ribosky delivery. Now the 2-2. And Vaughn sends this one to right field, but this one will fall into the glove of Brian Jordan. So one away, runners do not advance. And we talked about Pie Traynor, and here he is making his first plate appearance. Considered for quite a while, probably up into the 1950s or 60s, I would say, or up to Eddie Matthews, really, to be fair. But one of the game's greatest third basemen, and considered at the time the greatest third baseman until Eddie Matthews came along. So Traynor looking to get something done here. Good contact hitter. Ribosky ready to deal to him the 2-1. Pie Traynor swings, fly ball to left, but Joe Medwick had him played perfectly, and it's down to Ralph Kiner. Swinging the bat, we have possible extra innings, or this game is over right here. Kiner, 0 for 4 against St. Louis pitching today. Ribosky, count even on Kiner, and this should end the game. No, this one is bobbled at third. Bobbled at third. Ken Boyer rushing to get to that ball, and that's a St. Louis error. The Bucks once again have him loaded. And here is Dave Parker. Swinging the bat, and the Bucks walk it off. And the Bucks had him loaded in the 8th and wasted an opportunity. We'll see what they can do here. Parker, a hit in 4 tries. Joe Torre flashing the signs to Bruce Sutter, who now comes on into relief. Just saw him sneaking in. So Bruce Sutter looking to stop it right here. Dangerous hitter for the Bucks. Dave Parker, and nowhere to put him. Jason Kendall at third, Hannes Wagner at second, Ralph Kiner at first. Bruce Sutter with a 1-1 delivery to the Cobra. And Parker swings, fly ball to center. Coming in on it is Kurt Flood, and that is the game. So the Bucks squander 2 golden opportunities. Boos going up around PNC Park. Let's go to our recap, and we'll call it a night. St. Louis Cardinals starter Bob Gibson pitched a strong game against the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park, leading the Cardinals to victory 4-1. Gibson picked up the win for St. Louis, going 7 innings, gave up 1 run and 5 hits, and he has a record of 1-1. Bruce Sutter sewed up the game. St. Louis relied on the hitting of Stan Musial to pick up the win. The right fielder clubbed a solo home run in the top of the 7th to put the Cardinals on top 2-1 for the game. Musial had a home run and a single in 4 at-bats. So the Pirates really themselves to blame. They fall to 3-3, and the Cardinals improved to 5-1. The Pirates leaving them loaded twice. Player of the game is Bob Gibson. You got to kind of give it a co-MVP to Stan Musial. Let's leave the game. And we're going to go ahead and finish out this day. we'll just finish it out. And we'll look at our standings here in this league. So the Tampa Bay Rays in the American League East continuing um, their dominance. They are at 6 wins and 1 loss, a game and a half up on second place New York Yankees, who are 4 and 2. The Boston Red Sox playing 500 ball at 3 and 3, 2.5 back. The Toronto Blue Jays in fourth place, 1 and 6, 5 out, and 5.5 out. The Baltimore Orioles at 0-6. In the American League Central, the Cleveland Indians 5 and 1. And yes, I read that correctly. Some weird glitch here in Out of the Park 24, and you can see the Cleveland Indians at least as the Indians and not the Guardians in this quick start. So I guess a little slip up on the code there by those folks at Out of the Park Baseball. Indians at 5 and 1. Tied for second, the Minnesota Twins and Detroit Tigers, each 4 wins, 2 losses, and a game back of the Indians. The Kansas City Royals at 3 and 3, 2 back, and the Chicago White Sox 2 wins, 4 losses, and 3 out. In the American League West, the Seattle Mariners with a 5 and 2 record. In second place, the Texas Rangers just a half game back, and they are 4 and 2. The Los Angeles Angels are 3 and 3, and the Astros are 2 and 4. And the Athletics finally win their first game, so they are 1 and 6. So now baseball's worst record in this all-time greats league, weighing heavily on the collective shoulders of the Baltimore Orioles. To the senior circuit we go in the American League East, or the National League East. The New York Mets, 5 wins, 1 loss. And they have the second best record in baseball with an .833 win percentage. They are 5 and 1, so just percentage points behind the Rays in terms of overall wins and losses. The Atlanta Braves game back at 4 and 2. The Philadelphia Phillies 2 and 4 and 3 games back. The Miami Marlins 2 and 5, 3.5 back, and the Nationals 4 back. Bringing up the rear in the NL East at 1 and 5. In the NL Central, tough division. The St. Louis Cardinals and the Milwaukee Brewers tied for first, each at 5 and 1. The Bucks in second, they are 3 and 3, and then the Reds and Cubs at 1 and 5, and they're 4 games back. The Bucks 2 back, and finally, in the National League West, the Giants and the Rockies each at 5 and 2. The Dodgers a half game back at 5 and 3. The Padres at 2 and 4, 2.5 back, and the Arizona Diamondbacks at 3 and 6 and 3 games back. So let's go ahead and save this. Even though I know Out of the Park saves when you leave, I still like to do it. I'm anal about it. All right, I guess that does it. I want to thank you guys for coming in. I'm going to check out the podcast from the I guess it's called Dice to Digital or Digital to Dice or something, whatever it is. Talk with the CEO of Apple. There's specifically a lot of talk apparently about that in that podcast about baseball for Windows, which I'm keenly interested. Christopher, I haven't been seeing a lot of notifications from you, so hopefully you're still doing some games. I'm off tomorrow, and usually I can catch you when I'm off, so maybe we'll see something tomorrow. So my big thanks go tonight to Christopher Slovic. All right, he says yes. Awesome. So to Christopher Slovic, to Aaron Reed, D. Scott Howard, PQ Ribber, of Robert Wartberg, Cousin Ken Castro, John DFW. As we go back, channeling my inner Chris Berman. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for coming out, hanging out for this double header. He says there's 20 games left. He does one a day for 20 days and a break. Then back in August, the playoffs. All right, looking forward to June, Christopher. I can get over to the proper side of the Commonwealth. Let's get together, man. I think it'll be a lot of fun. All right, until tomorrow and some more baseball, guys. We will see you around the batting cage. I'm gonna hop back into MLB The Show and watch the Pirates and Cardinals play on that one. Take care, guys. See you around the batting cage.